Well, hello and welcome back. I appreciate you stopping by each week to watch my videos. And if you haven't subscribed and joined, or hit the like button, I would really appreciate it if you would do that because it does help my channel to get my videos out there. But for those of you who have, I appreciate it. Today we are going to do a page kit, actually page kit number 4. I have an Easter layout. So I've already matted the photos and so I have a few here and they're going to go on the page. So let me get this going. And while I'm bringing this out, let me know, how was your Easter? I feel like it was forever ago. Or Passover. I know people celebrate Passover. This is the page kit, and it is a different look. Okay, here is the sketch. All right, so there is a cut apart sheet. I have already cut it apart, and the photo sizes are 2.5 by 3.5 and 3.5 by 5.5 on a vertical setting. Orientation. There we go. What I've done is I've done 2.5 by 3.5s on a 4 by 6. So I still have a vertical orientation, but I'm actually going more horizontal. So I'll show you how that works. And you can actually see it here in this page because I've put a border in between the photos. So these are 2.5 by 3.5s on a 4 by 6. You can do this in Canva. There's other if you have an Epson 400 printer, I think they have a program where you can do something like this. But I know a lot of people use Canva, and there's some others out there, but I do use Canva to do this. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm doing more of an horizontal orientation. I am going to actually, let me show you the stickers. These are the stickers for the page kit. They're beautiful. But because I want this to be an Easter, because it is Easter Sunday that I'm scrapbooking, I'm not going to use these titles. I'll use them somewhere else. But I will use the flowers in here, and I'm undecided on this border with the gems. But I'm definitely going to use the flowers. And then from the My Own Way, I am going to use like the Easter eggs, all right, and maybe some flowers. I'm going to use Easter blessing, and here's some more larger Easter eggs. So I'm going to bring those in because the colors still work. Here's a couple more. So I'm going to mix in some of this to round out the page. And I've made notes to that, and even like April showers because it was raining here on Easter Sunday. So what I did is I cut this up for the mat. So I made, instead of 5 mats, I just made 3 mats, okay? And there, it's a speckle paper, so it's this mat right here. And then I did ink the edges of both of my mats with Creative Memories ink. And it's actually this ink, Lilac Posies. It's kind of like, it's their plum color. And I've been hearing out in the Creative Memories neighborhood, getting the lowdown is that it's good to store your inks upside down. That's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so sketch, and now we're going to get moving on this. All right, so it had us cut 2 papers. And again, there's no measurements on here to show you where these papers are supposed to go, but you can kind of tell from the sketch. All right, so here are these diamonds. All right, so you can see from the sketch that this green paper covers up the majority of this diamond. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to get our repositionable. But yeah, let me know. I don't know if I asked this in another video, but if you celebrate Easter or Passover, or, you don't, celebrate either, just let me know, like, what do you normally do? What do you enjoy doing? And some people, Easter maybe isn't so religious. It's probably more the Easter bunny, some of our American traditions, and that's fine too. We did Good Friday. Our church has an open Good Friday. They could just go whenever it's convenient from 12 to 7. and they have like Stations of the Cross type of idea, and they're interactive so that families with young children can also do it. And even like my parents who are aging and it's hard to see, they can do, because it is a dark room to kind of create an ambiance. But I mean, you can see to walk around, but they can also do tactile stuff if they can't read everything in the light. It just helps them to grasp everything. So, okay, so there are the two papers. But so we did that and then went out to lunch, and then we came, and then Sunday, we just had a cookout is what we did. So here's my husband. He's getting the grill ready. He's helping with setting the table. And then the progression is I'm going to have some peekaboo pockets here as well. So then, you know, here we are sitting around the table. Our dog was getting tired. She wanted to be inside because it had been raining. And so we're just like, nope. And so she was trying to climb up into his lap, and then she was tucking her head into his arm, trying to sleep because she couldn't get on his lap. All right, so this is how we're doing it. This looks like the sketch with the 4 vertical photos, but I have it as 2 4x6s. All right, this one is also vertical, but I've made it a horizontal. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put them down, and then we'll just get the sketch moving along. Yeah, comment below. And comment below, you know, whether you use Creative Memories or not, like what do you use to scrapbook, you know, your Easter if you did that, or Passover. And then do you do anything special for that holiday? You know, my parents are still with us, which is a blessing, and so it's nice to be able to celebrate with them. Normally my, you know, the entire family's there, but some were out of town, and so so it was just a smaller group. But we have the policy, and my sister is the same way. We have the policy that there should always be room at the table for one more person. Those aren't exactly lined up. And so we always have room at our table for 1 or 2 more people to come. And we always have an invitation, you know, that if you want to come and eat with us, this is what we're doing. And we just have a great time sitting around visiting, and it makes for a sweet time. And it was kind of a rainy day, but it turned out to be nice. And so it was good. All right, so they have this sticker. I might wait till the very end to do this, okay? And like I said, I'm not using that, this title, but I did create a title. I put it in ChatGTP. Oh, and it might not. Let's see, I might need to move these up. Anyway, I put in a description to ChatGTP. I can never get it right. Anyway, saying like, oh, you know, rainy day on a porch, Easter, having a cookout, and it came up with some crazy things. And I didn't really care for much of them, but one of them was like Easter memory, like cozy porch Easter memories was more like how it was. I'm like, I'll take Easter memories. That's the win for me. And so this is, I cut 2, I used dies, all right, and I cut out the blue that's in the paper and the plum color to create a title. So that is how I have it. And I might move these up a little bit because I feel like letters aren't going to fit. So you know what? We just adjust. So I'm going to bring this up a little higher to make room for the words. And I'll do the same with the other 2. So hopefully it works. All right. So now I can move this on to the green. This is that deep sea green. But yeah, let me know. And how do you, you know, are you enjoying the kits? You know, if you are a Creative Memories person, are you enjoying these page kits? Do you utilize them? Are you still, you know, like sticking with your stash and using those papers and you don't like the page kits? So I'm just curious. And if you're using any of the album kits, like Your Own Way, or even the boxed album kits, which by the way, if you are feeling behind as many of us are, the album kits, and especially Natural Beginnings, if you want something more neutral to mix your stash into, it comes with the album. And so for $150, and I don't normally do a plug on here, but if you want to catch up, for $150, that is a great deal because you get an album with one set of pages and you get everything you need to create 32 double pages, 16. All right, so I think this is how we're gonna be. All right. Okay, so there are the pages. I'm gonna put these down last because I'm not sure about the stickers yet. All right, so let's look at this. We have two embellishment areas. We've got the flowers up here, and we have a couple flowers over here in between these diamond, think of this as just kind of like a square punch, but it's been turned on edge. And then they have some gems on either side of the title. All right, but they do have the flower. Now, I'm not going to use this title here. I'm going to change it out. But I am going to use the flowers how they are. I might not use the paint splotches. I might use those for something else. So I'm going to do the flowers. And then we're going to bring in Easter eggs. All right, so here we go. All right, so they're using this flower over here and a leaf. Come on out. All right, so here we go. We've got a flower. And I kind of want to come in, they have it further out, but I kind of want to come in a little closer to, all right, we'll kind of go out that way, but I'd like to come in closer to my photos to kind of group things together. All right, so there we go. And we have Easter blessings, which I'm going to put up on foam squares. All right, so we're going to do that. And those are too big. All right, so let's do the little ones. But yeah, also let me know, how's spring going for you? Do you love this time of year? Are you a gardener? Do you like to get out and, do flower gardening, or do you do vegetable gardening? Back during COVID, my sons, which feels like so long ago and yet not long enough. My sons and my husband got me raised beds to do vegetables in, and I will say I'm really great at growing herbs. I am still trying to figure out the whole vegetable side of things. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not, and I do composting, and it seems like whenever I do composting, I get like a bumper crop of something that got composted because the seeds don't always go. All right, so let's get some of these Easter shapes over in here. We've got a large Easter egg. So let's see, our larger cluster, well, this is kind of supposed to be it, but all right, so we'll put an Easter egg over in here. I think that will look nice, and we might even be able to, we'll just go on top. All right, so we'll do that. And then I might come in, this is going to be under a peekaboo pocket, but why couldn't we do that? So we're going to come in on top of this photo. We have a lot of real estate there. We'll put the Easter eggs there. And let's see, let's get the other embellishment cluster over here. All right, so we've got this large flower. All right, let me keep this here. And this large flower comes in over here, but I may alter it a little bit. Although I am going to have a peekaboo pocket here, so I kind of want to have it more like this, kind of fill in some of that. These stickers are really beautiful. I mean, the colors are just so pretty. And if you're familiar with Creative Memories, then you know that the sticker quality is good. All right, and so we're going to have that. I might just put this up on a foam square. So let's have that kind of go off that way. And let me get one of these big foam squares. All right, so we got, bless you, she's being good. I ran her around. So my little black lab, bless you, my little black lab puppy loves, she loves to chase laser pens, or like if you have a gun sight, like my son does shooting competitions, so he has a gun sight that I use, and she loves to chase it. All right, let's put this egg over in here, and maybe I can lift this up a little bit so it's not. Anyway, I ran her and tried to wear her out a little bit so that she would sit quietly. I'm talking about you, and she's been doing good. She's maturing, which I love. I also love her puppiness, but she's doing really good. Let's see, what else do we want to use here? So we've got this one done, and let's see. Flower Power, Green Goodness, Chasing Rainbows, Bloom. I was going to do like April Showers because it was raining. Dazzling April Showers, here it is. All right, I might do that down in here next to the title. So if I have the title kind of like this, because it will be close, I might actually do this down in here by the title, and maybe some of the egg stuff as well. So, all right, let me set this back down, and what I'm going to do is I've already put adhesive on the back of these letters, but I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to, because this could just be laborious and boring while I do this, but this is what I'm going to do. I am going to line it up on this ruler and get it situated. So I'm going to pause it so you don't have to sit through all this. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I have my title down, and it's a little out of alignment. There we go. All right, so there's a lot of empty space up here because they would have had a vertical photo. I may actually put a journaling block up there, and I could use any of the things from Your Own Way. They have some things I can use for journaling. All right, so all I'm going to do to finish this up is bring in some of these embellishments to just kind of round it out a little bit. Might just bring that over in here, kind of connect it, and there will be a peekaboo pocket on there as well. And then we have another Easter egg, so I'll bring the yellow in over in here and kind of add those eggs. And we've got a little round element, which actually I might put this up over in here. I think that could look cute over there. All right, and what else do we have? Got another flower that looks a little bit like the flowers on here. All right, so we could do that as well. And there's going to be a peekaboo pocket down here too, so we'll kind of connect that in there. And that might, nope, we're going to stick it, we're going to keep it down there. Let's see, excited, maybe. We could be. Are we excited? Maybe we can put that here. They were excited to talk to each other. Let's just say that. All right, so we'll put that there. They were having a good time chit-chatting. And I think that rounds out everything. Use those because I didn't really have any Easter stickers. We've used what I wanted to use from this, the flowers, to make it more springy. And so here is the kit picture again. All right, page kit number 4. So technically April, but you can use them when, for whatever month works for you. And this could be a birthday celebratory layout too, because it says Radiant Days. And it also says Dazzling Moments. So it could be that it would be for a birthday as well. But I used it for Easter, and I did change it up using the different stickers. I have not put the border stickers on because there's gems on them, and I'm just not sure about it. So I'm going to hold off. But again, making it my own. And if you don't like these diamonds, you know, you can color block with other papers from your stash and still use the stickers, okay? So here is, you know, you can see the squares up close, but here's that this embellishment cluster. I added the eggs, okay? And then I switched out the yellow thing that said Dazzling Moments and put in Easter Blessings, all right? So I'm customizing it. Here's my letters, which they are doubled. I cut double, so it's the songbird blue, sky blue. Anyway, it's the lighter blue with the plum behind it to have it stand out against this deep sea green paper. Right, you can see the stickers there. And then for this cluster over here, I've got the 2 flowers. I added an egg, put the egg on the photo. This is all going to be under a peekaboo pocket, so it won't be visible from the front. Again, the double letters with the blue and that plum color. And then the 2 stickers, because it was raining that day, so April showers. Now I am going to add in journaling. I could add it here and balance it out with something over here, or I could add it up in here as like a 2.5 by 3.5 on like a horizontal setting, you know, orientation. Yes, it's a setting, didn't you know? So anyway, so that is the kit. Let me know what you think about this kit, and if you're using them. You know, if you don't want to have to think about it, they're a great way to just get a page done quickly. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you do not have an advisor here in the US, I would love to be your advisor and help you get your projects done. And you know, what does that look like for you? I can help you with that. And again, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my videos to help out my channel. Thank you for those who are doing that. It's nice to see it steadily growing. And I will continue to bring you content each week. And thank you. Have a wonderful weekend wherever you are, and I hope you get some scrapbooking done. We've got a wedding, so we have a busy weekend. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.